If you were to take a plane ride over the United States or any other part of the world, you would notice that much of the land is still forested and much of the land is wild grassland and shrubland. However, much of the land has obviously been modified by humans. It once was forest, grassland, or shrubland, but now is used for grazing cattle, now is used for growing crops, or is now urban. This clearly gravely impacts those species whose habitat is forest or grassland or shrubland. Earth has less and less habitat for them to live. In this animation, let's consider the 71% of Earth's terrestrial land surface, which is not covered by deserts, glaciers, or is too rocky. So this area, which is almost 11 billion hectares, 10,000 years ago was represented by forest, about 6 billion hectares. This would be 57% of it. And grassland and shrubland, this would be about 42% of it, equal to about 4.6 billion hectares. As humanity spread and used more and more land for agriculture, both crops and grazing of cattle, by the year 1900, it is estimated that only 48% of the land was forested and 27% was grassland and shrubs. And then in the past century or so, by say around the year 2020, the amount of forest, grassland, and shrubs had gone down further. So in the past 10,000 years, terrestrial land has lost a third of its forest, and half of this loss has been since 1900, in about the last century. And Earth has lost over 60% of its wild grassland and shrubland, about half in about the past century since the year 1900. Of the remaining land, the amount which is used for grazing cattle is about as much as the amount of land which is forested, and the amount of land used for crops is greater than that which is wild grassland and shrubland.